Many grandparents from older generations were raised with a parenting culture where silence equaled strength, obedience was seen as goodness, and emotional regulation and suppression indicated respect. Children were expected to behave, not feel. Emotional expression was seen as weakness, manipulation, drama, or disrespect. When a baby is crying because that's the only way they know how to express themselves, that is not manipulation. Because of this conditioning, when they see children today that are not afraid to show frustration, anger, overwhelm, sadness, or excitement with their parents, they often interpret it as terrible behavior instead of what it actually is. It's a sign of a secure and healthy attachment. The child feels emotionally safe. What we now understand is that secure attachment does not produce obedient, silent children. It produces children who feel safe enough to open up with their caregivers. The nervous system does not open up until one feels safe. So the outbursts, the tears, the hard questions, the vulnerability, those things typically occur around a safe parent. These children aren't worse behaved. They're simply not performing emotional compliance out of fear. They're actually developmentally quite normal. They trust that their emotions won't cost them love. People my age, we could not authentically behave how we wanted to without fear of punishment or literally having love taken away. Healthy parents recognize that feelings are information. They're not threats to authority. Their tears may signal overwhelm. Defiance could signal unmet needs or overstimulation. Anger could indicate a boundary violation. None of this indicates a moral failure. Emotionally mature parents realize that development happens in stages, and as their brains mature, regulation and responsibility naturally increase. The good parents didn't force compliance at any cost. They guided development until emotional regulation became appropriate and authentic, not fear-based. Older generations were taught to mold children into acceptable citizens through shame, intimidation, and emotional suppression. But children are not clay. They are developing humans with an inner world that deserves to be understood. Our job is not to mold them into what makes adults comfortable. It's to guide them into knowing themselves, regulating their emotions, building empathy, and retaining natural humanity. Emotional expression is not a failure of parenting. It is a signal that the child feels safe enough to be real. Have a good day.